Greetings and happy Thursday. Happy Throwback Thursday to one and to all. Perhaps it is Friday, depending upon where you are on the globe. And as always, please give yourselves a huge round of applause for making it through operative word there, through and to another day. Prayerfully, everyone is enjoying this day. We had a bit of rain last night, and the breeze right now actually feels pretty good. There's a great deal of dander floating in the air, so those of you with allergies and such, please be sure to take care. Now, this video is brought to you by Pulpit Hustle Productions, and it's an exclusive premiere of Marvin Pendergrass. And close the door. Close the door. Let me get what I've been waiting for. See, I think you've got so much to give, and I want to take it from you. Rock with me now. I know I can't sing, but you know where I'm going. Close the door. No need to worry no more. Let's bring this sermon to a prosperous end. It's you and me now. See, I waited all sermon long just to hold you tight in my arms. And it's exactly how I thought it would be. You giving to me and me giving to me. Close the door, shuts, and let me get my tithes. Plenty of giving all through the night, and again till the morning light. Come on, congregation. Toot, 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 toot. Let me do what I came to do, baby. All I want to do is get 20 from you. Let me do what I want to do. All I want to do is get 20 from you, 20 from you, 100 for you. Let me do, 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 do. Oh, thank you very much. Now, back to the story. Now, I said the other night when Dr. Newsom and I had a conversation that I know somewhere in my archives, there was something pertaining to Marvin Sapp. And I could not, and I still can't prove it 100%. But it appears that the connection that I asserted may be 100% accurate. Now, people may be asking, well, Lise, or people won't know me by Doe Eyes, but Lise is my name, and I'm working on some things, so you can call me anything, but don't you call me out of my name. The issue with this is Reverend Al Sharpton, while many people applaud his civil rights efforts, there were also a large population of people who poo-poo on some of his financial dealings. There are some people that allege, and I have to say alleged, to be prudent and responsible, that he was a former ABC boy informant and allegedly aligned with certain people. Again, these are all allegations. But the thing that most people may remember because it was the most recent was the revelation of a $500,000 donation to his nonprofit, the National Action Network. Now, see, somebody doesn't want this story to go on, but I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. The National Action Network, also known as NAN. And that photo right there is the Reverend Al Sharpton, who has his own broadcast. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. Reverend Al, well, we'll get to that. Apparently, according to reports, his own station allegedly didn't know about this $500,000 donation, and it's too early to look at the filings right now for that. But that begs the question, if Reverend Al received a hefty purse, and let me just add one more important piece right here. And for those of you, my trucker ladies and my trucker guys, for those who are just listening, this slide says the annual, and this was in 2017. I repeat, this was in 2017. The annual ministers' luncheon will honor who? Bishop Marvin Sapp in photo, and you can go ahead and Google that. Recording artist and what? What is this title? Member of the NAN. What did I just say NAN stood for? The acronym for NAN is the National Action Network, and that is the nonprofit by who? Al Sharpton. Again, the annual Ministers' Luncheon will honor Bishop Marvin Sapp, recording artist and member of NAN, board of directors, as well as other prominent clergy. Hold on a second. I don't know why some people feel as though they need to blast their music so loudly, but that's young whippersnappers for you. Anyway, so this is where it gets a little bit sticky because, again, if Bishop Marvin Sapp, who has been a board member slash member to the National Action Network, who brings in, according to Form 990, quite a bit of change. He couldn't ask Reverend Al to hold a 20 or two. Let's look at a couple of things. Here is a quick snap of the Form 990. And you can look at the highlighted area. And again, this is public record, so you can type in National Action Network and view the filings for any year that you desire if it's available. But this is Form 994, Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network. This one right here, and I want you to pay attention to the pink highlighted area. where Reverend Al Sharpton took out a loan against his own nonprofit. Now, that is not illegal. However, it is my understanding, and again, this is not my strong suit as far as dissecting this. Certain areas, yes, extremely strong. This is not. However, finding this that attributes to my strong suit. So, I believe you have to remain in certain parameters. So, again, hone in on the pink highlighted areas, and you'll see that the Reverend Al Sharpton, and again, this has been years ago, took out his own loan against his own nonprofit. Now, I'm going to believe that that has been repaid fully, and I have no idea what it was for. But keep in mind, we all go through hard times no matter what situations we are in. But also keep in mind, there's a lot of revenue that's been generated from the Reverend Al Sharpton. Movies, book deals, there's a lot. You just have to dig for those of you that are interested. And one more. Who do you see highlighted? And I told you, well, not you personally, but the audience or those who caught the replay, that I know that I saw the name Marvin Sapp, but I did not know if it was the same Marvin Sapp. And lo and behold, it appears that it may be. And we can look at some more slides really quickly. Again, you can look at these at your leisure. There was one in particular I wanted to show. I guess someone is not going to cut their alarm that's going off. There we go. Is that it? Um, I don't think so. But there was one important piece I wanted to show you. Let me look through these really quickly one more time. This might be it. Yes, this one right here. If you look at the highlighted area, you'll see the salaries of a couple of people, but you don't seem to see salaries of the directors and members. Again, that might be proper when it comes to nonprofits. Again, this is something that is not my area of expertise, but I just find, and this is just me, I find it quite odd. So there seems to be quite a bit of damage control. And again, I brought this up because as of 2023, he remains a member of the National Action Network. And in 2024, remember, Al Sharpton, Reverend Al Sharpton, was under fire for that $500,000 contribution from Team Kamala. A lot to think about when you're reading and reviewing these forms when it comes to these nonprofits. If you have time and if you're that invested, go through each line item. Look at the contributions and the grants and the mission statements. And I would like to point out, look at who actually prepares these forms. There's a lot of information if you know where to look. Now, I know where to look for certain things, but the actual deep dives, I'll leave that up to the pros in that area. People like Pocket Watching with JT, and yes, I just shouted him out because he is extremely skilled in this area and can break these things down like a fraction. I know where to go to find certain information. Uh, I'll just put it that way. I just know where to go. But as far as dissecting certain information, such as this, that is not, again, my strong suit. So, again, Bishop Marvin Sapp, who has been under fire for this $40, I'm sorry, the $48,000 debacle that a lot of people are talking about now. I believe Ricky Smiley has jumped into it. I'm not even going to cover that. I think many people have done that, but I don't know how many people actually know that he's been a member slash board member of Reverend Al Sharpton's nonprofit, the National Action Network. Again, pay attention to the contributions, pay attention to the assets, the liabilities, and again, loans. And who's made the loans? Keep in mind, as I said, and these are just allegations. Al Sharpton has been questioned about his financial deals. Has he cleaned up his act? I don't know. 2024, again, put him under the radar. They say, and I don't believe it's true for everyone, but they do say birds of a feather flock together. Reverend Al, Bishop Marv, are you all in cahoots? Now, of course, I'm not saying that, nor am I implying that. It was just a quick question of my thinking out loud. Your thoughts and opinions on Bishop Sapp being a member of the National Action Network and some of the information you just saw from the filings. And again, that's Form 990, which is public record. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a big thumbs up and any comments you may have as it relates to not just Bishop Marvin Sapp, but others, others who were supposed to be called to lead as it relates to the church, worship, and praise. Now, don't get me wrong in saying that I don't believe that any of these people do not worship and praise, but, and I do have to say this from my observations, from my optics, it seems as though when it comes to money, there's always a hiccup. There's always something when it comes to these larger churches. Now, some of the small ones may have some issues too, but There's always some type of what some people may deem as scandal going on. So that is just a small portion of the information that I've researched, and that's enough for anyone who would like to take the baton and dig a little further and look at PAW, PAW, and that's the actual conference that occurred in Baltimore, Maryland. I've already done my research, and there's nothing at this point as far as what I looked at. So, again, this should be interesting moving forward. Please, everyone, be safe, be well, and you know the rest. Be healthier. Until next video. Bye bye for now.